It's pretty amazing to hear how Lars and Enter Sandman have influenced so many of the world's greatest drummers.
Lars is my favorite drummer of all time. He's the reason I play drums. He's the GOAT. Lars, what can you say?
The guy really did influence like a whole generation of metal drummers.
Don't come at me with that Lars hate. I'm a Lars fan, dude. When I heard One as a kid, I was like, oh, shit, you know? I mean, Lars is dope.
Lars is amazing. I love Lars for so many reasons, but the fact that he made Master of Puppets, I mean, come on, Master of Puppets is like one of the greatest metal records of all time.
To me, what I love about being a creative artist is people who have their own personalities and identities, and that's Lars Ulrich. When you listen to Metallica, even if it's a isolated drum track, you immediately know who it is.
People slag on Lars, and I tell people you are out of your mind. It's so hard as a drummer to define a sound. I can only say we should all strive to be as unique as Lars Ulrich.
Lars is one of those guys where if you put any other drummer in Metallica, it would not sound like Metallica. Now, a lot of bands are like that. I tour a lot with my band, and I'll be in freaking Zimbabwe or South Africa, and Enter Sandman comes on the radio, and you just see everybody like, it's just got that groove, that feel, and it just lifts everybody up. I love it.
I think what he's developed as a musician for that band, it would be really weird to hear any other drummer playing Metallica.
Much like Ringo is the Beatles, Lars is Metallica. I love Lars's playing. He was a huge inspiration to me when I was coming up. He's one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. He's really super cool, loves art, loves music. We usually talk about movies. We never talk about drums ever.
I'm always like an Enter Sandman girl. I don't know why. I just love that track. That's always been like my Metallica track. Lars is great. I mean, it's Metallica.
He's one of my big drum heroes. Always has been such an influence on me. Less is more. There's a time and a place for it. And Metallica at that time and place was ready for the big time. And they streamlined their sound and their composition. And Lars really just laid into the pocket. You know, obviously it paid off times 100 because they ended up becoming the biggest band in the world. Bob Rock really roped them in for that album and really streamlined their sound. And what Lars plays on Enter Sandman is just so perfect.
You don't have to be a drummer to want to play drums to it. Like, it's like you hear it and you like want to get involved. Like, I know people who don't have any interest in playing drums that would listen to that for the drums.
That song just ripped our heads off. The production, his drumming is on point on that one. Powerful, you know, tasty, plays for the song. That's what I love about Lars, you know what I mean? His style is also evolved and it's just changed every record, so can't slag the guy, man. He knows his shit. He's a great songwriter, and when that record came out, it was a game changer, that's for sure.
It pioneered and influenced so many drummers.
That was the best sounding record I think I'd ever heard at that time, where it just, the tom part was just, you could just feel the low end energy, and that was definitely a huge part of my formative years of becoming a drummer.
I understand that Lars was trying to do some different stuff back then, and I commend Lars for having that mindset and going into it like that. So I think Enter Sandman's one of those most, you know, it's one of the most legendary songs of all time.
I think they're f***ing great. I really like Lars. I mean, they're a band, you know. You don't have to be like this spectacular technician sometimes to really create and be an important part of what a band is. And I think that they're a good example of that. A lot of my favorite bands are like that.
That's their stairway to heaven. That's their approachable radio, hey, we're almost like a pop band. Lots of eighth notes, incredibly constructed.
Lars is great. His accents, his unique style is so hooky, you know.
Actually, Metallica was the band who got me into drumming, and probably Enter Sandman was the very first song, or one of the first songs I ever played on drums. Lars' drum part in the intro and in the end with Tom's is totally iconic.
Just heavy, like they really turned a corner on that record for sure, it seems like. But yeah, I mean, what an iconic, badass, scary as hell drum part.
I mean, that's probably their big song. He wrote the book for that sort of drumming. He comes up with cool parts, perfect for the song. He's just a really good song drummer, plays what's right for the song. The perfect drummer for Metallica.
That song specifically was my intro to Metallica, like a lot of people my age. And
that part, I mean, it's just so iconic. Also the Bob Rock drum sound, that snare drum sound, it's just like so iconic.